Okay, so for this seatbelt combination circuit, there are 8 permutations for the binary inputs of the seatbelt key and door. So first we need to define what 0 and 1 is for each part. So the seatbelt, 0 is when it's unbuckled and 1 is when it's buckled. For the key, 0 is when it is not in the ignition and 1 is when it's in the ignition. And for the door, 0 is when it's closed and 1 is when it's open. And so the relationship between the buzzer, car door, seatbelt, and key is that when the seatbelt is unbuckled, so when the seatbelt is at 0 and the key is in the ignition, so when the key is at 1, the buzzer will go off. And then there's other option of if the door is open, so when the door is at 1, then the buzzer will also go off. So I'll just show you the 8 permutations and show you how they either make the buzzer go off or not. So first we have when the seatbelt, key, and door are all at 0, and this does not cause the buzzer to go off. Then we have when the door is at 1, which is when the door is open, and this causes the buzzer to go off. Next, we have when the key's in the ignition, but the seatbelt is unbuckled, and this causes the buzzer to go off. And then we have when the seatbelt is unbuckled, the key is in the ignition, and the door is open, and this causes the buzzer to go off. Then we have when the seatbelt is buckled, the key is not in the ignition, and the door is closed, and this does not cause the buzzer to go off. And then next we have the seatbelt is buckled, the key is not in the ignition, and the door is open, and this causes the buzzer to go off. And then next we have when the seatbelt is buckled, the keys in the ignition, and the door is closed. This does not cause the buzzer to go off. And then lastly, we have the keys in the ignition, the door is open, and the seatbelt is buckled, and this causes the buzzer to go off. So now you can see how these different binary inputs connect to the combination circuit.